All right, y'all, we're back. Got another video for you. Today it's a 2013 F150 with a 5.0. It's got the something R60 transmission. I can't remember what it is. We were replacing the tail shaft seal in the transmission. I'm by myself today. I didn't have a camera guy to help me out or anybody to help me with a video. And I noticed there was no videos or nothing to show you how to do this, so I kind of winged it, did it by myself, and I've already done it. So I'm just going to kind of go through it real quick, show you a short video that it can be done at the house if you need to. A little bit easier for me because we actually have a lift. Let's run through a couple of things and I'll kind of show you. 13 millimeter socket is what I use on the, let me turn the camera around. I took a picture of myself. Took another picture of myself. Okay, we'll not turn the camera around. Anyway, so now I'm fuzzy. There I am. All right, 13 millimeter socket I use to take out the carrier bearing bolts. This one on this side broke. The bolt didn't break, but the little bracket for the nut actually did break. So no worries. I took a lock nut and some washers and put that on. But it's a 13 millimeter here. The back bolts back here in the back for the drive shaft. These are 12 millimeter. Has to be a 12-point socket. You can't use anything else. Has to be a 12-point socket. I went ahead and took the whole drive shaft out to do this. But that's that. Now, after I got those loosened, I come up here and did the same thing here. More 12 millimeter bolts. There's 4 of them. I did mark for where my drive shaft was on the end down there. I didn't show you the mark. I always mark it just in case. People say you don't have to mark it. Some people say you do. I went ahead and marked it. Next thing, after I got the drive shaft out, I went ahead and took it and set it to the side. On the inside of here, there'll be a bolt. I mean a nut, I'm sorry. It'll be a nut. And it has to be multiple points. It can't just be a 6-point, 8-point, whatever. It has to be the big one. It's 1 3/8 inches is the size that I used. You'll notice on the sides where they kind of crimp the edge of the nut in to fit into a little groove on the shaft. That way the nut doesn't come off. And don't worry about that. I couldn't get it to free up. I just took the 1 3/8 inches, put it on there with a big ratchet, took it off, and after I got that out of the way, the attachment here for the drive shaft slid right out. Once it slid out, I pulled the seal out, the old seal out. I put the new seal in. When I put the new seal in, we have what's it called? A press for bushings, bushing press. So this is what I used. I just took the cup because this was big enough to fit around the bushing. Then I took this, put over the top of it, and it did not work. So I took this, put it on there, and then I took the piece that we have here and put over the top of the cup, set it over the top of the cup here, and then push the seal in that way. I went in further than what I wanted to. I wanted to go flush like the other one was, but after doing it, I mean, I think it's gonna be all right. I put it in a little further. We're gonna find out. I kind of already tested it while it was on the lift. Back tires up, put it in gear. It wasn't leaking, so I think I did my job. But I think we should have went ahead and done the bearings and stuff on the inside. I think that's the reason why the seal went out. But do a video. Maybe I can be able to do a video on the bearings and stuff and be able to redo this and actually make a full video. After I put all that in, I bolted it here. I put the bolts in the center, but I didn't tighten them. Put the bolts in down there, put the bolts in down here, because this has a little slide adjustment on it, and if you bolt it and tighten it down here in the middle on the carrier bearing, then you won't be able to adjust it. So that's what I did. It wasn't bad. It was a little job doing it by myself, but it wasn't too bad. Like I said, it makes it easier having a lift, a car lift. But it was fairly simple. If I have to do the bearings, like I said, I'll redo another video. Let's see. So 1 3/8 for that nut. These are 12 millimeters. 12 points. These are 13 millimeters here, I believe is what it was. So, like I said, it's fairly simple. It's not terrible, but it can be done. I just did I went a little extra taking the drive. You might not have to take the drive shaft off, but I went ahead and took it off, like I said, because I wanted it out of my way. So there's no videos on this. I looked. It's a 2013 F150 5.0 engine, and that's it. It came out pretty good. I'm happy with it. If you have any questions or anything like that, feel free to comment, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Later.